What's up, Collab crew? Welcome back to another episode of the SD Collaborative. My name is Andrea.
And I'm Ashley. And we're empowering estheticians one conversation at a time.
And we have a special guest here with us today.
We do.
Hi.
That's Miss Desiree Diaz.
From Caribbean Glow.
Yes. And we're so happy that she's here with us and joining us on this lovely morning so we can talk to her and get in all of her business about the tanning industry. And we're just really happy to have you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. I'm so excited personally to learn more about this because I love my spray tans. And it's actually something that over the years, being an esthetician, I have thought about, is this something I should offer? Because I know what it does for me and I love that feeling. So, it's definitely something I'm excited to learn more about today.
Okay, Miss Desiree. So tell us about your background and how it led to you becoming a spray tan artist.
So when COVID hit, I had worked on paying off my student loans following Dave Ramsey's baby steps to building financial freedom. So I had paid off my student loans and I was very transparent on my social media with all of my friends and family about how I paid off my student loans. So I one of my coworkers had saved up enough cash to pay for a car, and he had been Ubering for 4 years. I wanted to gift him a ticket to go to the Dave Ramsey event, and it was at a local church. I hadn't been to a church in a long time. And so when I stepped in there, I thought that it was, there was something about it that I wanted to grow within myself. So I went to this event, and at the event, I told my friend, well, why don't we come here a few more times? Let's see if this is something that we want.
Yeah.
So we went a few more times, and I kept driving by a church near my house. And there was just something about this building that pulled me in. Mm-hmm. So we finally decided to go to this church. When we walked in, we both looked at each other and we knew that we found our home church.
Oh,
so it was like a full circle moment. So when we went to the church, down the line, we decided that we wanted to get baptized. We had an opportunity. So when I got baptized, I said, if nothing changes, nothing will change. Fast forward, I started working on different areas of my life that I felt like I wanted to improve. And having this degree, this fashion degree that I wasn't using, I wanted to find something else that I enjoyed. So I started learning more about spray tanning as I got more involved in the fitness world. And the only places around here were really like booths that spray tanned you. And it didn't get every nook and cranny of your body. So I looked more into spray tanning and went down a rabbit hole on TikTok. Mm-hmm. And I decided to take my first spray tanning course. So my family is very intentional when we buy gifts for each other. Mm-hmm. So they gifted me my LLC and some basic equipment to start my spray tanning journey.
That is so sweet. That is the support that I feel like everyone wants from their immediate family, but they don't always get that.
No, they don't always get it. So nice. Over time, I've grown even closer with my family, and like we are all very supportive of each other. I have 4 other sisters and 2 parents that have been together for over 30 years. So it's beautiful. Yeah. So I took this course and I felt like I didn't have enough experience after the first course. So one of my friends, she owns a boutique in Ivanhoe. Shout out to De Palma World, Vanessa over there. And she basically encouraged me to practice more. So she said to get together some of my closest friends and we'll do a private event and I'll spray tan everyone back to back to get more practice. So that night, one night I had purchased everything and we planned it out. I spray tanned like 10 of my closest friends after the boutique closed, and it was so much fun. I got to make people feel good. It was a fun environment. And I just realized too, with spray tanning, you can literally do it everywhere and anywhere. You can do it in hotels. You can do pop-up events. There's so much. So it doesn't make
a mess.
So you have to use an extraction unit when you're doing more than one spray tan because it can pull like solution everywhere. So that happened. And then I had a bigger opportunity to fly out to California, and I got certified through a celebrity spray tan artist, Isabel Elise. Nice. She's the owner of Dolce Glow. So I got certified through her, came back home, started working on a branding photo shoot. And I had, at the first photo shoot I found my photographer on Facebook, and he's amazing. He's worked with Playboy, Maxim, like anyone and everyone, and he's trying to grow his following here. So I did a photo shoot. I had 7 models. I put together the looks, everything to do with the photo shoot. I worked behind the scenes. I had an assistant. I actually got sponsored with a spray tan solution company too.
Nice.
So all my spray tans were from her brand.
Wow.
So it's been a full circle moment. Like, I never knew that a spray tan could be more than that. You're making people feel good in their skin, and it really is like a skin filter.
Yeah. I love that. I love that you have a story to tell behind why you started. And it's good to see. You can see that you're passionate about it.
I love it.
Yeah. And I love that for you. I really do. I think that's great. And it's good to have support, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Having that family support. And then I feel like along your journey, you found the best of the best to get trained by. And that really says a lot.
Yes.
I mean, I will say your Instagram is beautiful.
I mean, I've worked very hard.
The photo shoots that you do, I mean, this is like professional, like
I know,
gorgeous. And I love that you just showcase so many different skin tones and such a diverse variety of models within your Instagram too. So definitely check out Caribbean Glow Orlando on IG. Yeah.
I feel like that was really important for me too, because I think in the spray tan world, mostly what we see is lighter skin tones, and that's not just what spray tans are about. It's for all skin tones. It can literally all skin tones. Yeah. Yes. It really
so
evens out
nice little golden tan.
Yes.
Oh, come on now.
Yeah.
It really is.
I'm gonna have to come check you out. I never knew that. Like all my life, you know, as a Black girl, we knew that tanning beds, spray tans was something that more like, Caucasians would do, or lighter complexions would do, even if you're Spanish, Latino, whatever. I just never, ever thought like, oh, let me go get a spray tan, It
really is. Like, it's one of those things, just as an esthetician, taking care of your skin is so important. So because you have to prep it, exfoliate, shave where you normally shave, all the things beforehand, your skin is in its best form to where the spray tan just almost like just sits on your skin so beautifully. Like, it really is such a confidence boost. We're scheduling you both one.
Okay.
Yes, because I want you to try it.
Is it going to be all in my sheets and all over my clothes?
So it dries. It dries. Okay. So the solutions that have their quick drying, and something that I do that sets me apart is that while I'm spraying you, I'm also drying you. So it's drying quickly. Okay. And all of my solutions are rapid rinse, which means that they rinse within 2 to 4 hours. So you can go about your day, and the solution, the colors, the cosmetic color is more comfortable to wear when you're out and about.
Yes.
So that's another thing too, because a lot of them have a lot of cosmetic bronzer, and it's not always the most comfortable to wear out.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Because I definitely have had some spray tans where it transfers onto my clothes, or sometimes I like the drying method that you use, because sometimes I feel a little sticky, and that's when you get more of that transfer. So doing the drying and kind of powdering. Do you use a powder?
Okay. I do use a setting powder. I do.
Nice.
I actually was trained through 3 different people, so I kind of took different things that I liked about all of them and found a way to make it more elevated. Yeah. Like, all of my spray tans include a scent of your choice, from coconut to pineapple to santal to orange ginger. So it also like really sits on your skin like for like 2 days.
Oh, that's nice.
Because it's an oil that you put in the solution, and it just elevates the experience. Because I've had other clients of mine that they've come and they're like, wow, I've never been able to pick a scent. I've never been able to do this. Wow, you do this? Like, they're just like blown away. So
you're creating that great experience for your clients, and it's those little details I feel that keep people coming back. I've had a lot of spray tans. Nobody's ever asked me about a scent. I honestly don't particularly love the smell of the spray tan, and sometimes it can, even after I shower, sometimes I feel like I almost can still smell it on me even after my rinse. So I like that special touch that you add.
It really so the most spray tan solutions don't have a scent, but I really feel like it does add that extra touch to it. The reason why sometimes a spray tan can have a little bit of a different smell is because your pH isn't balanced. So I learned that along the way. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah.
Really, I think it tends to do with the food that you eat. So maybe eating a more balanced diet to where it does have, it can be rare, but like I haven't had that experience, but sometimes it will have a little bit of a smell. So I think finding foods that will balance it out.
Healthy eating.
Yeah, healthy eating. Yeah. So that's what it has to do with.
Learn something new.
Yeah.
For sure. Right. So when did you know when it was the right time to start your solo business?
Really, I feel like it wasn't a right time. I think what it is that I've worked in hospitality for 17 years at the same restaurant. Love my restaurant, but I feel like I needed to evolve in different ways. And like, I have a fashion degree that I wasn't really using. So I got to a point where I'm like, I need to do something else. If not, I'm going to keep doing the same thing. So I kind of just ripped a Band-Aid off and just started learning about spray tanning and involving myself in anything and everything to do with spray tanning.
Nice.
I used to DM other spray tan artists in other cities. One of them, she's one of my closest friends. Shout out to Lorena. She really taught me a lot about spray tanning. Like any question that I had, like even people with like skin conditions like eczema, which I have, I would apply like a barrier cream to kind of cover it because it tends to pull a little bit more color. But like she taught me a lot of things that like even about safety when you're going to a mobile client, if it's someone that you don't know, how do you set up, like things like that, like that you don't really think about, but all those, you know, behind the scenes things makes you safer.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I think it would be one of those things, especially being mobile, because we have our room, right? So we're in our same space every single day. So you get into this flow of when it's very easy and to do, you know. Anytime I travel to do facials, I mean, I've gotten better now over the years, but I always kind of feel like a little bit scrambled, you know, or when you're going into someone's house that you don't know, it's like, what's okay, what's not okay, you know, all those personal things of you stepping into somebody else's personal space. So, and you wouldn't really know how to handle those situations unless you had personally gone through them.
Right.
So it's nice to have somebody there that's like, hey, FYI, I went through this, and this is how you can handle the situation.
I really think like taking a self-defense class, like maybe every 6 months, just to kind of no, for real.
You gotta kick somebody's behind.
If you have to.
No.
Yeah,
so like,
know.
I think one thing too is maybe taking the least expensive of your equipment before when you knock on the door, check out the space just for safety. And if anything happens, you leave it and you go. But like, I think too, I always check out like anyone that it's not through a referral. I look them up online just to make sure that all is well.
Or you can bring a taser or some mace.
Or that
Girl,
too. But I do all the research beforehand.
Girl, they have those little knuckle thingies with the cat ears on it that's pointy, and you gotta protect yourself, especially as a woman. Especially as a woman. You don't know what's going to happen to you, because I'm assuming you have guy clients too.
I do, but I've only, like, over time, a lot of spray tan artists don't feel comfortable to take male clients for safety. So I had a client that his assistant booked me, and I was really nervous. So I actually had my friend stay in the hallway of the hotel to make sure that I was safe, but it ended up being fine. And like, I think too, there's certain precautions and things that you need to have in place. Like, hey, just to let you know, you need to wear underwear. We're women, if whatever you're comfortable in, I'm comfortable with too. So I think having certain things in place, then you'll be okay.
I mean, that's a great idea. I feel like we even do that sometimes here at the salon. Like, hey, I have a new male client coming in, you know, at this time, are you going to be around? Or just letting people know, you know, not that we have to be fearful all the time, but, you know, just a little heads up is nice.
I think with men, you just never know, right? You just never. I've had my experience with men. That's why I don't wax guys anymore. I have one wax client, and he's been my only one, always been respectful. I don't see myself adding it back. But yesterday we had somebody call asking if I would do a man facial on him.
Oh my God. What was the name?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I can find out and tell you.
There was two
we'll say off camera.
We'll say off camera.
Okay, but there's two. So don't pick that up. There's two guys that in the spray tan world have been messaging. I should have sent it to you guys. I didn't even think about it. There's two guys. I had to block them on my booking because I think there's something. There's two guys that are calling. I'll look for the number.
Weird things.
They're calling. They're calling different businesses to see
who will take them. And I told my
and it's been
assistant,
like 5 or 6 people that I know that they've called.
that's crazy.
Wow.
I will find out. And then Chris was like, well, I told him I would get back to him. I'm like, well, why would you tell him that? You know, I don't even do.
But I think out of like, you don't know what to say.
Yeah, that's the thing. It catches you off guard.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's not something that we go through every single day, but, you know, it catches you off guard. She's your assistant. She's trying to represent you as well as possible. Right. You know what I mean? So she's just like, I'll get back to you. But that's crazy. But I'm glad that even amongst the beauty industry, we can have these conversations with each other, because I've seen in a lot of the Facebook groups too, women out there warning other women in their cities and towns of men that are trying to scam or be creepers, or they had an uncomfortable situation with, you know? Yeah. So we gotta watch out for each other, girl.
We really do.
Yeah,
we really do. It's
crazy.
Wow.
It is.
So, okay. So tell us the craziest spray tan story that you have.
Craziest? I can't think of any. Like, I've never had anything crazy happen.
Has anything happened like unexpected that you didn't? And how did you handle it?
So honestly, I feel like I've been in so many Facebook groups, like anything that, like, I always make sure to, like, some people pass out. I've heard that. So I make sure I'm like, hey, did you eat before? Like, I ask, working in hospitality too, I'm like, I ask about allergies. Even if they fill out the waiver, I still ask, hey, are you allergic to anything? Hey, are you allergic to nuts? Because one of the products that I put on your lips is in the nut family. So I kind of do everything to avoid, knock on wood. But like, I have never had anything crazy. Probably when I first started spray tanning, maybe it wasn't even, it was too much solution, but I've never had anything like crazy happen.
No one passing out.
No, like I really try to like
make you comfortable.
Yes. Yeah. Also too, it really is a vulnerable service. So you want to make people feel comfortable.
Right.
Yeah.
So
no, that makes sense. Yeah.
Actually, I did have a client. I don't think it's not crazy, but I was very proud of myself because I had a new client that normally when she spray tans, she'll wear it's swimsuit bottoms that are a little bit higher up.
Yeah,
like the high-waisted.
The high-waisted.
Yeah.
And she just doesn't feel as comfortable showing that area. And I told her, I said, listen, I can spray tan you however you'd like. I'm like, but I don't know that you would really like those tan lines. I'm like, I do start from the back, so it's to your comfort level. And I also play music that you want to hear. So I put that all in my waiver. Like, I want you to feel so comfortable listening to whatever you want. Because when in COVID, I had gotten my lashes done. She was great, but she played a horror podcast. And I didn't feel like it was like, I feel like when you're there for a service that long, you should ask someone what they want to hear.
Yeah.
Or a service that is very vulnerable. So I always made it a point to, I'm going to put on the music that you want to hear.
Yeah.
So I was very proud. So back to the story. So the girl, I got her to wear the disposable underwear.
Okay.
And so then she didn't have that, difference in the tan line. Yeah. So I felt very proud. I was like, wow, I'm doing something.
Yeah. No, you handled the situation really well.
I did. I tried.
Through it sometimes.
Yeah.
That's all they need. It's just to feel like, okay, I can be comfortable. I can be me. And I'm not being judged. Yeah.
And I always say, like, this is a safe space. And honestly, spray tanning has taught me to be kinder to myself because I never want someone to come into my space and say like negative things about themselves. It really has made me look at myself like, okay, these are areas that I feel like I need to work on. Yeah. So that way I don't speak about myself that way.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, I love that. We always continue to grow in this industry, and having interactions with people, I feel like it just, it always helps us to gain our confidence.
It really does.
Yeah. No, for sure. So how did you come up with the name Caribbean Glow?
So Caribbean Glow came about because I was having such a hard time figuring out a name. I'm Puerto Rican and Cuban, so my family's from the Caribbean, so it just made sense.
Okay, that actually does make perfect sense.
And I like the word glow better than tan. I think it sounds more elevated, I guess.
It does. More luxury.
More luxury. Yeah.
I like that a whole lot. Okay.
And so when we talked a couple weeks ago, prepping for the podcast, you had mentioned that you do custom tan colors, correct? So talk us through that a little bit.
So with spray tanning, I have learned over time though too, there is an artist, I had to let you know, that she uses one solution on everyone. So I've learned it's more about figuring out the correct rinse time according to their skin tone for their desired results.
Gotcha.
So I think it's more of that. But I've played with different solution brands, and I think too, it's like finding solutions that are skin loving and high quality ingredients that make your skin look and glow the most.
Yeah. And do some of these solutions also have skincare ingredients in them, so your skin is getting some benefits?
Yes. So Dolce Glow is one of the brands that I use. There's hyaluronic acid in it. Squalene. Yeah, totally butchered that.
Yeah.
How do you say it again?
Squalene.
Okay, squalene. And I really, after trying different solutions, you can tell, like when I'm spraying you, how hydrated your skin looks. Like you see it right away. And her brand specifically has light cosmetic bronzer. So it's so comfortable to wear out and about. I also I have different spray tans that offer different things. I also have elixirs that have skin firming drops that really tighten the skin. So it literally makes your pores look non-existent.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, it really tightens the skin. And then I have a post hydration that adds extra vitamins on top of that, which will lock in the tan to last even longer. So most of my spray tans last, depending on how you take care of your skin, up to 2 weeks.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. I've never had one last me more than probably 5 days.
Oh, wow.
And it's usually, of course, looks the strongest at first. So if I'm doing an event, usually I try to do my spray tan the day before.
So 1 to 2 days before.
1 to 2 days. Yeah. Okay.
Desiree was like, you ain't booked with me yet.
I know. So she's like, you ain't had the Caribbean Glow experience.
I'm saying this only because I do have a client that she's very active, and she would get spray tans, and she's like, they never last me for more than 4 or 5 days. And I don't like to put down anyone else, but I'm like, mine will last you. If you take care of your skin, you use lotion twice a day, you drink water, which honestly, it forces you to step up your skincare. It will last you 2 weeks. And she actually told me she likes booking with me because I'm strict. And I'll send her when I first started with her, I sent her almost like a flyer of every detail of what, how to prep for your spray tan. Like if you're going to get a tattoo, do it 1 to 2 weeks before. You don't want any open skin.
Yeah.
You don't want to use retinol. You want to use retinol a week before. You want to stop it because it won't develop the same way. Yeah. You want to exfoliate
in general.
Yeah,
right?
exfoliate. And too, I've also learned some clients have never exfoliated really.
Yeah,
so it really
we get that a lot, girl.
So I'm like, okay, so I'm really helping people with their skincare overall. It's bigger. It's like, wow, I am doing something, and it just makes them feel so good. So exfoliating, shaving, all the things. My flyer is so detailed. It shows you everything that we have available to wear, like pasties, disposable underwear, hair nets, all the things. Or you could go nude as a female. What to expect after the spray tan. Maybe you want to get a foundation that's a few shades darker to match your skin tone. Yeah. If you're someone that wears makeup, that you're going to rinse in 2 to 4 hours. Every detail that you think that I've gotten along the way, I put that on the waiver so you know what to expect. It's so detailed that most of the time they're like, I've never had this I've never had someone send me this before.
Yeah, that's really good. I really like when you are putting the information out there so that your client can get exactly what you say they're going to get. If I say that my spray tans are going to last 2 weeks, you better believe it's going to last 2 weeks, as long as you follow the rules. And they don't always follow the rules.
They don't.
But for the most part, it's good to be confident in your brand and what you're doing, and know that you're giving quality service for sure.
And that's honestly, that's what I expect anywhere that I go. So I give what I want in return. Yeah. So I feel like that's why she's come back, because she's like, you're strict. You make sure I do everything. And I tell her, I'm like, take off the tan fully before I spray you again. You want a clean canvas.
How often do you have them come back to get resprayed?
So she spray tans every 10 to 11 days. Okay. On repeat. She loves to be glowing. So, I mean, I would say 10 to 12 days and then, get a new one. But yeah.
Yeah. So would your process be different if somebody comes in and let's say they still have a little bit of tan from the last time, maybe they're coming up closer to that 2 weeks, the 10-day mark. Would you ever send somebody home because the tan might not come out as great if you're covering again, or does that not matter?
I mean, I do let them know because I spray her so much. She knows over time. I'm like, hey, you need to make sure you're not forgetting these areas. But what I do is I try and blend it out as much as possible. Just because she spray tans so much, it's hard to come off the skin. That's how I know it's really good.
Yeah.
Like I have tried different solutions. There's another brand that I use. I actually became friends with the owner through DM. She DM'd me to try her products. She's amazing, and she's been working in the industry for so many years. She kind of took everything that she felt like needed to be improved. Like the fade out is amazing. Like the product is itself sells itself, but like really prepping your skin and taking off the tan fully will give you the best results every time. So I feel like blending it out, if it's minimal, I've never had anyone that had a full tan still on. I mean, it's to your discretion. I wouldn't pay for something if it wasn't going to give me the best results.
Right.
But like over time, like for Christmas, I actually gifted her exfoliating scrub. And I'm like, here, I love you. Please, she knows.
That's great.
So, but I care. I want to make sure that she gets the best results. It's not just a service to me. Like once you leave, I will still check on you.
Yeah.
Like it's not just I spray you and I never hear from you again. It's not like that for me.
Yeah. You create the relationship and it builds the trust. And that I'm sure has created a loyal clientele base for you. So would you say that, you know, if somebody was interested in getting into spray tan, it's not necessarily a one and done type of thing?
It's not.
Or are you seeking certain type of clients, you know, partnering with different bridal services, you know, bodybuilding services? Tell us about, you know, some of the partnerships you've made that keep you busy year round.
So I didn't realize early on when I started this journey that there was already like partnerships that I had already built. Like when I first started, my friend Hannah that owns Clean Your Dirty Face in Winter Park, I actually did a photo shoot with her for an event that she did early on. And so like over time, I feel like there were places that I like to work out at, and I made connections with the owner of, you know, Bar Method. And like over time, I like just grew these connections. But really the way that my business grew the most was collaborating or swapping services with other beauty professionals. So I actually like one of my clients that was actually part of a giveaway. She does hair and makeup, and we swap services. And from then, like, you know, back and forth, she's been getting me a lot of clients that want to spray tan, because I think too, spray tanning, like in the photography world, they're taught like, hey, you know, when you take a course, hey, don't get a spray tan before, because sometimes people do it themselves. That's when it doesn't look as natural. And my photographer has told me over time, he's like, you literally make my job easier. It's like a skin filter.
Do you do your own spray tans?
I try. It's very hard. I need help in the back.
I couldn't imagine.
I put a mirror sometimes, and I try my hardest. So it's hard.
But do you have your go-to person for your spray tans?
I have a few that I've tried. But
still looking for your perfect match. Okay.
Well, it's also the distance too. Like a lot of the artists that I know aren't really that close to me, so I think that.
Well, I feel you on that, because when you're good at what you do, it's hard to go to other people knowing that they may not give you the same service you give your clients.
It really, to me, is too. It's like my technique and the way I do things. It's like, to me, that's the only way that my brain works with it. Like it has to be that way.
So,
I get it.
For sure.
Sorry.
Have you had any like oh no moments in the industry, or doing a client, or ever dropped the spray tan bottle and spill solution everywhere? Like,
yes, all the time now. So what? I have wrist problems, so I went from having a metal gun to a plastic gun, and the plastic guns tend to spill solution. Like they don't hold the solution as well. So if you move it a certain way, it spills. So that's just part of the journey. But like the gun that I use, the celebrity spray tan artists use it on all celebrities, and she's like, they're fine with it. I just wrap a towel around it, and it'll hold any extra solution. But I mean, I feel like I've had the gun come off. It happens. You just pick it back up and you keep it moving.
What would you say was the hardest thing to learn in the spray tan process? Was it kind of how light-handed or heavy-handed you are with the spray gun, because listen, you already know how terrible I am with spray guns.
Oh, you tried it yourself?
I mean, not spray tan, but just painting. It's really bad. I'm way too heavy-handed with it.
Yeah.
And this is one of the things where I was like, I don't know if I'd be good at spray tanning.
You would. I think you would. I could see Ashley doing spray tan for sure.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. I think you would.
I feel like
maybe it's in the new year.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things. It's like, first, you got to learn how to make people feel comfortable in an environment that isn't so comfortable.
Yeah.
But it's practice, just like anything else. Like, I think too, me starting this business later in life, like I'm 35, like it was hard for me to like even try something new, but I just knew, I'm like, I just got to keep going. And eventually I'll just find my rhythm. So like learning from 3 different people, I took things that I liked about each of them and I kind of just tweaked it to learn my own method. But like too, when I first started, I would overspray way too much. And that too is product costs. So I've had to learn, like, turn down the lever a little bit and work with it. But it really is, it's practice.
Yeah.
Have you ever worked with any celebrities? If not, who is your dream celebrity to like spray tan?
I have not as of yet. My dream celebrity, I don't think I have. Well, I feel like all of my friends have been able to spray tan Miley Cyrus. So I'm ready for her too. If she's ever in Orlando. Yeah. One of my friends just spray tan her for the Mets. Yesterday. Yeah.
Wow,
so I think maybe that down the line. But I feel like too, starting with finding local celebrities here is probably the WWE wrestlers are next on my list.
Yes.
You know what's so
I've already
crazy?
been working on it.
One of my clients is married to a WWE wrestler.
I wonder.
Maybe I will plug
There is one girl that I do know that is married to one. So let's see if it's the same person.
You in. I will see.
Yeah.
You know,
but I think that's my next thing. It'd be really fun. So I really want to get into competition tans because it is big here. So we'll try it out.
I feel like there's so many different ways you could go with it too.
There's so
not
many.
just like bridal that you would think a lot of people probably get a spray tan for, especially because we're in Florida. So I think a lot of people don't really think that you can spray tan. I mean, I advocated for it so much because as a Florida girl that, you know, unfortunately sunbathed and did the tanning beds as a teenager, I didn't even know that it's like, and back then we had the spray tans that you would get into the machine. Girl, you stand into this like machine and you think you're a spaceship and you're just like this, you know.
You got to do the right movements too.
And they like beep, and then you move. And then you move and make sure you're getting all
and
the areas.
And if you don't, then it doesn't get every it doesn't get every nook and cranny.
Sprayer.
Yeah,
and it doesn't know unless you're bending over and doing.
You got to make sure you like follow what they say. Yeah,
that is terrible experience.
Yeah,
I mean, I think too, like spray tans are bigger than a spray tan. It's all about protecting your skin from the sun. Like I remember, like early on when I started this journey, I was working at the restaurant and I met 2 clients in that same week that were skin cancer survivors. One guy, he was very early on and had a skin graft from a part of his body on his face. And you could tell he was very uncomfortable, but he almost made like a joke about it. And so it was like it was nice to see that even with something that is tough, you made it a light situation. And I met another lady that was a skin cancer survivor. And she's like, I just love what you're doing. Like spray tanning is where it's at. Like we all want glowing skin, but let's do it in a healthy way.
Absolutely.
A little sun is good, just not too much.
Just not too much. Always wear your sunscreen.
Be in sunscreen. Yes. And that's it.
Oh, I'm like all about it. I'm
our
always,
number one thing. Yeah.
Always.
So have you been able to convert any tanning bed connoisseurs to
No, but that would be a good thing. Yeah. So let me start finding them and I'll get back to you. No, honestly, that would be great.
No, it would.
Like I saw a lady too on the news and she had really bad marks on her arms from the tanning bed, like blotching, where she had to get laser to like lighten it. It was bad. It looked really bad. Yeah. So I stay out of the sun.
Good.
So what are your goals over the next year for Caribbean Glow?
So I feel like with my fashion degree, I feel like it's really been truly a full circle moment. Like I'm using my degree in a different form and me putting together these photo shoots. I love working behind the scenes. So I would like to work in more editorial. I want to be in like every magazine. Actually, one of my clients, she's a Wilhelmina model and I spray tan her for a lot of her her photo shoots.
Wow.
So like, I feel like editorial is more where I want to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Like
Definitely
every
see that.
magazine.
Yeah.
Like put me in there.
Yeah.
Put my girl in there,
yes,
please.
I'm ready.
Vogue, hello.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm ready. It's coming. I feel it.
No, it's coming.
Yeah.
Just keep working.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I always say this to anyone who's like running a business in any industry. The only reason you don't succeed is if you give up. Couldn't even get it out. But don't ever give up.
It's the hardest part.
Yeah, because you get those moments in business where you're like, oh my God, what's happening right now? And it does get discouraging sometimes. And it's so good to know that you started a business or started looking into the business during the pandemic. And
I had nothing but time.
And and it's so good to still have hope when everything around you was kind of like crashing down. So it's good to know that you're succeeding and you're slowly but surely getting to exactly where you're supposed to be. So I wish you all the luck, girl. I know you'll do good.
Yeah. I really think it's just putting yourself in rooms of opportunity, like anything and everything that's related to the beauty world. If that's what you want to do, just keep going.
Yeah.
Like, you never know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you approached us about being on the podcast. And
I did.
Here we are. So, don't be afraid to ask.
Yeah.
Because you just never know what can happen or come from it.
Yeah.
It really is. So one thing too, I have a lot of like other new spray tan artists reach out to me like, hey, how do you get your clients to post? I'm like, I really, to be honest, a lot of my clients are business owners and you understand that posting
Helps.
and sharing helps.
Yeah.
But I feel like write a nice message, a detailed message about your service and copy and paste and DM people.
Yeah.
And make it, tweak it to be more personal for each person. But like, if someone doesn't respond, it's okay.
Yeah.
On to the next.
On
Keep
to the
going.
next.
But I really, when I started this journey, I will say this, aside from my family, when I started this, people would kind of look at me like, oh, you're spray tanning. Like they're like, oh, now they're like, oh, you're a spray tan artist. They start to respect what you're doing because they see like everything that I've been working on. Like my photo shoots really are
top tier.
Like, they really are top tier.
They are.
They really are.
Brag on it, girl, because like I said, that Instagram looks beautiful. And I don't see a lot of spray tan lines or spray tan artists that other than having their clients take selfies, which is nice, to see that perspective, but to have it in like that editorial state.
And set up nicely for social media.
Yeah.
Because people buy things with what they see first. And that's just bottom line. They don't even do their research 100% yet. And they're like, oh, I like those results. Let me follow her. So it's good to have your page set up in a way where people can automatically see your value and how beautiful the experience is with you. So I agree with Ashley. Beautiful page, girl.
Thank you. I really think like I've had people reach out to me. They book with me and then I text them right away. Hey, I send them the flyer and I'm like, any questions you have, let me know. And it's also all about getting that connection beforehand. That I've had people like, I will literally I will recommend you to other people and I haven't even had the service.
Yeah.
Because of my level of detail. Like I care about the details, so I always move forward with that.
Yeah. And it starts from the beginning too, I mean, it's the same with our clients. It's sometimes you have them in for a consultation, just to kind of get to know each other before you get more personal, So if somebody was wanting to start a spray tan business, what would be your advice to them?
Just start. No, well, really, I mean, TikTok helped me a lot. I did learn a lot of things through there, join Facebook groups, and really find something like if you don't have a big budget, start with something small and kind of grow from there and DM other artists. That's really how, and then another thing too, you don't need to buy new equipment.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can find a lot of stuff on Facebook Marketplace.
Girl, that's how my whole business started, with used equipment from Facebook Marketplace.
I'm like, why did I not do that before?
Girl, I'm telling you.
So I have backup guns because this is one thing I've learned over time too. If you're ever going, especially to a mobile service, you need to have a backup gun. What if something happens and it doesn't work correct or whatever? Yeah. I am always prepared.
That's
You just never. So I got extra equipment on Facebook Marketplace. And one of the girls that purchased equipment from me when I had the metal gun, she's actually one of my close friends still.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I feel like I learned so much. Now I'm going to book my spray tan because
we're doing
now
this.
I know that I can get it too. So I'm going to book my appointment. Is there anything you would like the viewers to know about spray tanning and also let them know how they can get in contact with you?
So spray tanning, if you are interested in learning more about it, DM people. the industry is very welcoming. We all want to see each other win. And not even that, as you grow, in the industry, there are other artists in other cities that you can refer clients to back and forth. So we're all here to win. You can go directly on my Instagram, Caribbean Glow Orlando. You can also find me on Google, Caribbean Glow, and through Gloss Genius, book through there.
Well, it was so amazing having you on today, Desiree. Thank you for teaching us so much about spray tanning and letting anybody that's interested in starting this business, letting them know your journey and kind of what it takes. And yeah, I'm so proud of everything you've done so far. And we can't wait to see you grow.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. She told you how to get in contact with her. You can find her on Instagram under Caribbean Glow Orlando. It was a pleasure having you. If you guys have any questions, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you guys would like to see next. Thank you so much for tuning in, Collab Crew.
Bye.
Bye.